Hey guys, it's the holiday season and many of us, especially after quarantine, gain some weight. And in the winter, the average person will gain 5 to 10 pounds. I have some weight loss tips for you today to help you maintain your momentum with your goals and to approach the new year without feeling so heavy. Also, just feeling more energized overall, because the metabolism is all about energy, not just your metabolism in terms of fat loss. Your metabolism is based on your energy and what you're putting in and what you're doing, what your input and your output is, and what you do for workouts. So basically, the best thing that you can do is moderate your calories. But how do you know how many calories to eat? A lot of the equations and calculators out there, they're not really accurate. They're estimates. So the best thing you can do is write down what you tend to eat every single day and be honest. Everything you drink, everything you put in your mouth, all those little pieces of gum you're chewing, it adds up. And then you take that number and you figure out the calories, and then you determine what would be 500 calories less. And 500 calories less is about 1 pound of weight loss a week. If you're going above that, you're going up to 2 pounds, you're obviously going to need less calories. But you don't want to try to do all this damage to your body and then go, I'm going to get it together tomorrow. This is the stinking thinking that gets us in trouble. So especially during the holidays, we have a lot of justifications. Oh, I'm home for the holidays. I can have what I want. It's the holidays. I can drink what I want. It's the holidays. I don't need to exercise as often. But no, that's where we get ourselves in trouble. So effective weight loss and longer term lifestyle management when it comes to weight is making sure that you have consistency. And that consistency is really important. And in order for you to even stay healthy, you have to have consistent habits, right? So when someone's gaining a lot of weight quickly or, over, a short period of time, it's usually because they're probably not being as active. A lot of it will be water weight initially. And they're eating over the amount of calories that they're burning. It's very simple, right? But not so simple, because it gets confusing. There's a lot of information out there, so I'm going to simplify it all for you. And I'm going to start with just telling you, get around people in your life that also want to stay active and healthy, and you guys hold each other accountable maybe. That's a helpful thing to do. Workout partners always are helpful for me. I go to the gym. I love to work out with people. But for you, you want to start with some really simple tips, and I'm going to streamline it all for you so you're not waiting till the new year. You're going to start now and not make excuses. So the first thing I want you to do is write down those foods that you're eating every day and drinking. Deduct 500 and stick with the 1 pound a week range. The reason is because when you go faster and you're doing things that aren't realistic and you really know you're not going to maintain, you're probably not going to really do it or respect it. So create something that is doable and moderate those calories, especially alcohol, because those are where you get a lot of hidden calories, and it also affects your liver. It makes it harder for you to digest nutrients, which you need. The number 2 thing I'm going to tell you to do is when you go to the gym or you exercise, to get more bang out of it, you're going to do large muscle groups. Do your chest, do your back, do your legs. Legs are a fat burning machine, right? They're going to burn all kinds of calories for you because it's a large muscle group and they are your largest. So I like to do large muscle group workouts when I know I'm not going to spend as much time in the gym and train them a little heavier at those times. Also HIIT training, Tabata, workouts like that. Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of recovery, whereas HIIT training might be something like walking 2 minutes on a treadmill, jogging 2 minutes, and then incline 12 on the treadmill. You can do variations like that. There's lots of information out there that you can just look up to create your own HIIT circuits. You can even incorporate weight training with HIIT. I like to do a little bit of both. So I find, again, a time-saving way of exercising is to do weights and cardio combinations. So HIIT, maybe I'm doing 1 to 2 weight training exercises, and then 1 is just straight cardio. So you want to make sure that you are being efficient in the gym. At least 30 minutes when you're doing HIIT or effective weight training is enough. If you really want to lose weight, then you spend a little more time doing extra cardio, maybe a second cardio session 3 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes extra. especially in the evening when we're more sluggish. Great idea, because that's likely when we get into trouble. Our guard is down, we're starting to relax. Maybe you didn't eat as much during the day. You're one of those people that tries to eat less calories and then by night you're starving and you're binge eating and you have more cravings. So to prevent that, eating every 2.5 to 3 hours is very important, not skipping meals. This is where so many people go wrong, and that really slows down your metabolism. When you eat, especially proteins and foods that have a thermic effect, that will make sure that you are also burning calories through digestion. So skipping meals is very ineffective. And maybe you are doing some intermittent fasting. You want to be careful of that. It's a great thing if you can handle it, but if it causes you to binge eat or crave foods, then it's probably not the best method for you. Of course, you're getting less calories when you're eating shorter windows of time. So be mindful that whatever you're doing, again, you're able to maintain. And for me, I like to eat, so I eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. I also make sure that I'm not grazing. Grazing and snacking is, again, an area a lot of people, they don't understand why they're gaining weight. Well, maybe you're small, maybe you're a shorter person. You have less room for more calories, right? Or maybe you're not as active. So it's really important that you don't graze. You don't just put little bites into your mouth. It also triggers your ghrelin levels, your hunger. When you eat at different times, your body and your mind, it triggers certain hormones and mentally, you don't know when it's time to eat. So subconsciously, you start being affected by that. And if you just get in a rhythm with 2.5 to 3 hours, you're gonna find that you crave less and you're more satisfied. It creates more satiety. It also is, again, going to rev up your metabolism. So those are some great tips that I want you to try to incorporate, not for the new year, but right now. Get to work now and start to look at what you're eating. Try to include protein. You don't have to eat a ton of protein. 20 grams is plenty per meal, and that's a great serving size. And from there, carbs and fats, does it really matter which? No, there's no studies that say carbs are bad, they're worse than fats, or fats are worse than carbs. The rest of your diet should be a balance of healthy fats and sure, get carbs. It's really personal preference. So don't get hung up. The problem with carbs is people tend to overeat them. Pasta, big bowl of spaghetti, and then on top of it you have all these other foods. So you want to try to make sure that your portion sizes of the remaining foods that you're choosing, maybe it's a vegetable and a carb, or a vegetable and a healthy fat. If you do that, make sure you are portion controlling. That's the key to success. But don't get hung up on eliminating foods or going on any fad diets. Just become consistent with what you're doing and make sure if you do have a cheat meal that you plan for it. Maybe during the week you're just amazing. You keep everything clean, you get the right balance during the week, and then on the weekend you give yourself some cheats. But why does it have to be a whole day? Why does everything have to start tomorrow? Why are we ignoring the signs that we're gaining weight? Because we don't want to face it. It's the same with alcohol. We keep drinking lots of alcohol because we kind of want to convince ourselves, okay, we're good, we're going to do it later, we're going to take care of this tomorrow. Again, you don't want to do that. You want to moderate your drinks and those empty calories. You also want to make sure you're getting foods that are good, pure, clean, organic foods so that your system is being fed the nutrients that will ensure that satiety, get your metabolism revving, and keep you in shape for a year long. You don't want to look at dieting as short term or something you're doing temporarily. You want to look at it as something that you can do that's realistic for you. So whatever you choose, just make sure it's realistic for you and that you save some of those foods that you know really shouldn't be a part of a regular diet for those special occasions. That's why we do this, right? The reason why we eat clean and do the things we do is so we can vacation without having to watch everything. And we can have a weekend off. We can go to a birthday party and have a piece of cake. You know, it's not a crime. It's just when is the right time to do it, how often, and what amount. And if you learn to practice good habits like this, you're gonna maintain your weight year round, and in the winter, you won't gain weight. And those are my tips and suggestions on how to manage your weight during the winter months. Oh, I do wanna give you one bonus tip. Make sure you're getting sleep and sunlight. During the winter months, those are 2 tips. But during the winter months, we don't get as much sunlight. So we do want to make sure we're getting that sunlight. That helps us lose weight. You want to stimulate your body so you're not depressed. And when we don't get enough light, we do get depressed and we're more likely to release cortisol. We also get anxious, and we're not sleeping, we're more anxious and likely to get depressed, also release more cortisol. And that's something a lot of people really don't listen to, but is very important. So that's it for now. I hope to see you soon. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to the next video on how to conquer those New Year resolutions. Take care.